Welcome to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection since 1991. Thank you for joining us on this Monday, February 8th, and we have an informative show for you today. First on the show, we'll be talking with the Owatonna Police Department on crime-free multi-housing, and then later on in the show, we're going to visit with the Girl Scouts. It's cookie time and about their cookie campaign, so you won't want to miss that. And as a reminder to all our viewers, if you'd like to see a special event on the show, or maybe someone that does something wonderful for the community, we'd love to hear from you. And you can contact us by either emailing us at owatonnatoday@charter.net or by calling Leanne, our producer, at 390-5751. We would love to hear from you. We will be right back after a word from our sponsors, and we'll be here to talk to the police department about crime-free multi-housing. Please stay with us.
Hi, I'm Jody Voisin with the staff at Fairview Animal Medical Center, your other family doctor. Fairview Animal Medical Center is a proud supporter of the Owatonna Today Show.
Hi, Brad here from Owatonna Senior Place. Our goal at Senior Place is to involve, enrich, and empower adults 50 years of age or better to live as independently as possible in our communities. We do this by promoting wellness through recreational, educational, and social opportunities, as well as being a referral source for services available within our area. Activities and programming at our center emphasize creating and maintaining independence in all phases of life. Come see what Senior Place has to offer. Live full, live well, and live long.
Hello, I'm David Einhaus with the Owatonna Foundation. Thank you to all of our donors who have helped make Owatonna a better place to live. Will you join us today with a financial gift? Owatonna Foundation is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
Welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection. And we're here talking with Captain Eric Rethemeier and Officer Adam Hennen. How are you doing this morning?
We're great.
Good. We're going to be talking about crime-free multi-housing. So, Captain, why don't you tell us a little bit about how the program came to the Owatonna Police Department?
Well, we've had this program for some time. It initially came to us under our former chief, Ledoux, and was kind of put together by former retired Sergeant Tim Hassing, and they kind of put it all together. And since that, we've just built off it. We've kind of passed it on to different supervisors who are in charge of the program. And now we are turning our reins over to Adam Hennen, because Adam is a certified trainer in crime-free multi-housing and has shown a great interest in it.
Well, welcome, Adam, to the show. And
thank you.
I know what is your history? I don't know any of your history with the Owatonna Police Department. Maybe you want to share with our viewers?
Sure. I was hired in November 2012. Previously, I worked in the city of Medelia, which ran a crime-free multi-housing program, which is where I received my certification. And it's basically my history with Owatonna. I've working here since 2012. I got the opportunity, like Captain Rethemeier said, to take the reins of a crime-free multi-housing program, and so far, so good.
I'm just curious, why do you have an interest in it? Obviously, you've been drawn to that.
Quite honestly, it's philosophy put into action. It's of community-oriented policing. It's officers and community members working together to provide a better quality of life. Up until the crime-free multi-housing program, community policing has been more of a mentality and a philosophy. So there's a saying that knowing is knowing, wisdom is doing. And this is actually wisdom at its best. It's sharing knowledge, sharing philosophy, putting it into practice, and actually making a difference within the community.
Which leads to my next question. Specifically, what is crime-free multi-housing, the specific? Is it a program? Is it a...
It's a three-phase program. Phase one works primarily with the landlords, creating a knowledge base on how to do selective tenant selection, background checks, and so forth by the landlord, and how to remove tenants that are engaged in criminal behavior. The goal behind it is to provide a sound knowledge on for the landlord to take an active role on their properties, working with tenants and law enforcement to provide a better quality of life. Phase 2 is known as CEPTED, which is actually an acronym for Crime Prevention Through Environmental Design. That specializes in upgrades to the property, such as a 180-degree peephole, a locking mechanism with 3-inch screws and a shock plate, as well as trimming hedges to remove possible threats or issues, and improving the lighting so that we can distinguish or gain better identification of possible suspicious individuals for the tenants.
So when you take this training, the outline in the training would be some of those as rules to prevent crime.
Mm-hmm.
What are some of the topics that you would take to become a trainer? Or
To become a trainer? So when I went through my certification, I went through the 8 hours with the landlords, which gave me a perspective on their end, on what they're dealing with and what they're seeing. And then phase 2, I actually walked through properties that were already certified through Crime-Free Multi-Housing over in Mankato. And then phase 3 was actually, the third part of my phase, which is a 24-hour certification to be a trainer, was actually looking at the model of where Crime-Free Multi-Housing has failed, where the programs have failed, and what programs have succeeded. Basically realizing what I need to do in order to be a better officer to the landlords and the tenants in the community, so that I can make sure I'm giving them the highest quality of training while making sure that the program is running successfully and will remain intact for years to come.
so are you the only individual trained in this right now at the Owatonna Police Department?
To my knowledge, I believe we have a few officers that are trained in it, but I'm the sole officer that's in charge of it right now and running with it. So
Now, you being in charge, can you train other officers?
I am able to train other officers, so that's the train the trainer. You'll forgive me, I didn't explain. I'm certified to train other officers in this program so that they can run it as well. So that's my knowledge base on it. So, yep.
Okay, all right. And just touch with us, what are some of the additional benefits to the community with this program?
The key is the theme of Crime-Free Multi-Housing, which is to improve the quality of life for all individuals in the community. The landlords create a better investment. Their investment is protected in their property. They create a better base of clientele. The tenants get a safe home, and they're allowed to live honestly in a respectable community. They have a working relationship with their neighbors and their landlords and law enforcement, as do the landlords for that matter. The benefit for the police department is we've seen an overall decrease in crime as much as 70% by, it's on the website, you know.
That's a huge, huge amount.
Yep, which is great, which is a goal that our department is going to shoot for. And right now we're working on building the program, so hopefully a couple of years down the line I can come back and report that yes, we have decreased by 70%. That's our goal.
I can tell in speaking with you that you're somewhat passionate about this subject, and it's really great. How often is the information going to be presented to the community, or you'll go out and campaign for program participation?
Well, right now we're offering it through the City of Owatonna Landlords Association, so it's offered exclusively through them. So if you would like information on taking part in this program, I'd encourage you to contact a member of COLA, or you can contact me specifically at the Owatonna Police Department, and I can direct you on what you need to do. Typically, what I've been doing is any multi-housing complex that I've responded to, I've made them aware of the program that's been going on, and we've released information in Just the Facts, as well as there's a flyer that should be circulating to other landlords as well, thanks to the members of COLA.
Okay. And the flyers would be stating you have a meeting in the near future.
Right now, the flyer is specifically just encouraging interest in the crime-free multi-housing program. But tonight is our launch of our first class, the first part one of phase one training for landlords. Ideally, once we complete the 4 classes, we'll just start over from the beginning and keep going that route and just keep that method of meeting in intervals of 2-hour blocks once a month to meet the 8-hour requirement for the phase one training for landlords.
Excuse me, landlords is a broad statement,
Okay.
that includes so many. So could you give us just a tad more specific definition of multi-housing, particularly here in Owatonna, who that would include? Because someone might be sitting there thinking, oh, I'd like to take the class, but I only rent out a house or 2.
Well, in all honesty, the phase one training, there are certain branches of crime-free multi-housing. Crime-free multi-housing is kind of a catch-all. Yes, there are specific things that are upgrades in SEPTED for apartment complexes, but the phase one training is the core training, whether it's crime-free multi-housing for a single housing unit, whether it's a duplex, whether it's any rental property in general. And quite honestly, is the goal behind this is to basically, phase one is the core of all of it, which we can build up from there. So when I say landlords, the first part of the training is specifically designed for every property owner that is renting in the city of Owatonna.
So do you view this as a win-win for property owners?
I view it as a win-win for everybody, in all honesty. I build a network of individuals. I can't be everywhere at once. That's community policing at its best. So what will happen is we'll have a more involved community, which makes my job a lot easier. And the quality of life for tenants and landlords will improve.
And there's no, what if someone declines the program? It's
Then that is, we respect that right. Like I said, right now we don't have a mandatory ordinance enforcing this. This is just for community members that want to be more involved.
Okay. Well, we have to wrap up. It's been a very informative session. Just very quickly, who would someone contact on more information on crime-free multiple housing?
You can contact the non-emergency number of the police department and speak with me directly, or you can contact the members of COLA, which is the City of Owatonna Landlords Association.
Okay. Thanks, as always, in keeping us up to speed on what's happening in our community. We appreciate you and all you do. We'll be right back. We're going to take a short break to hear a message from our sponsors, and then we'll be right back. Please stay with us.
Hi, my name is Dave Efforts with TPS Insurance. We're here to handle all your insurance needs. We are a very proud supporter of the Owatonna Today Show.
I didn't just want another job, I wanted a career, so I expressed myself.
I was new to town and I didn't know where to turn for a job, so I decided to express myself.
I decided to express myself, and they helped find the right career for me.
Express Employment Professionals is in contact with thousands of companies in need of quality employees. Come in now and get the job you deserve.
Express yourself today.
I'm Bill Owens with the Owatonna Business Incubator. Whether your business is just starting out or is expanding, we have the office space and manufacturing space that you need. As the Small Business Counseling Center for this region, we are able to help you in your expansion or your startup of your business. We are a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
Welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection. And we're here talking with the Girl Scouts Troop 40956, and we want to welcome them to the show this morning. Welcome.
Thank you.
How's everybody doing today?
Good.
Okay. Well, I think we'll get our introductions out of the way right away. We have here our fearless leader of Troop 40956, and your name is?
Beth Clear.
Okay, Beth. And we'll just go down the line here, and who's this young lady next to you?
I am Kayla Eschenbrenner.
Okay.
I'm Emily Christiansen.
Okay.
I'm Macy Curry.
Okay.
And I'm Hailey Clear.
Okay, Hailey, on your way back, why don't you tell We'll go back this way. How many years have you been in scouting?
8 years.
5 years.
8. 5.
And Beth?
I've been around for 8 years as an adult.
Oh, wow.
And many years as a child.
That's a great commitment, but speaks a lot for your experience that you had in Scouts, that you wanted to step up.
I loved it as a child. So
Good. What I'd like to know is, how did you get involved in being a leader?
well, I registered my daughter as a kindergartner, and from there it was kind of thrust upon me, and since then I've really enjoyed working with these girls. So
Oh, great. And what were the benefits of being a leader?
major benefits is, just watching them grow and change from, kindergartners where they can barely use a scissors to
Okay.
now where they can do a lot of things on their own. So,
Which I did notice the age of this group is, they aren't like brownies or beginner scouts, are they? Or
no, they're cadet scouts. You can join at any age level, but these are cadets, which are 6th to 8th grade girls.
Okay. All righty. And have you always been involved with that age group, or?
Nope, I've traveled through the lines. So they start off usually with daisies, which is kindergarten, 1st grade. Move up to brownies, that's 2nd and 3rd grade. And then juniors is 4th and 5th, and then cadets is 6th to 8th. And they
Okay.
also have some high school groups too.
Okay. Now I'm going to ask you girls a few questions about your scouting experience. What has Girl Scouts been for you? What do you enjoy about the Girl Scouts?
It gives me the opportunity to help my community in more ways than one.
What's your favorite thing that you've done in scouting?
Helping the seniors, like raking their yards and stuff, and doing things that they can't.
Okay. And how about for you?
For me, Girl Scouts is a way to get around town and do fun stuff.
What has been your most fun out of your fun stuff?
Well, I really like going to Girl Scout camps. Those are really fun.
And how long are those usually for?
It usually around 6 days, but there are some 4-day camps, and then there's also 2 weeks or 14-day camps.
Wow, so you have a choice. And what has scouting done for you?
It's helped me kind of get out of my shell and make new friends.
Okay. And what has been your favorite thing with scouting?
Probably when we did pottery and we made our own clay stuff. It was pretty cool.
So do you have an interest in the arts a little bit?
Yes, very much so.
Okay. What's your favorite medium in the arts?
Music.
And what's your favorite thing you've done in Scouts?
My favorite thing, probably planning out everything for thinking day and all the cool activities that we do.
Okay, so you like making the plans. Okay. And what has scouting meant to you?
It allows me to do a lot of things, such as travel, because we're going to Galapagos in 2018.
Wow, so that's good to hear. So it's meant a little different thing to each of you, and that's really great that you can all come together and each have something special out of it. Beth, let's talk with you a little bit more. What exactly do the Girl Scouts do throughout the year?
Well, each troop works a little bit differently than the others. Some troops are a lot of craft-based. There's also a lot of community service that's available to them. There's camping in the summer at Girl Scout camps all over, and they can even travel internationally when they get a little older, over the age of 11. They can travel kind of internationally, and there's so many things that they can do as far as that goes.
And do you come together as a troop and you talk to them, what would you like to see, or do you have an agenda for the year usually?
Each troop works differently. We kind of get together about twice a month and we earn a badge. So these girls have a bunch of badges on their uniforms, and they get together and we earn those badges, and there's a set of rules essentially that we need to follow in order to make those badges on their uniforms.
Okay.
So.
Now, that's one thing, and then the cookie sale comes up every year.
Yes.
And they've been selling cookies for a long, long time. Do you know how the Girl Scouts got involved in selling cookies?
A long, long time ago.
Yeah.
It was probably a money-making opportunity, but also it really does teach the girls how to, manage money and how to, when you get that money, what to do with that money, how to use it wisely.
So when the cookie sale comes to be, do they have a certain job that each of them takes on and to promote the sales? In other words, do they help with organizing the sale itself?
Well, essentially each girl kind of runs their own portion of their sale. So they each have their own cookies and they can go door to door. We have booths at different businesses in town, and they can pick and choose kind of what works for them and their family to sell those cookies.
And that's what's involved in selling the Girl Scout cookies. What's involved in, do you give them tips on how to approach people, what the technique? Is there a way you say, now remember, and you remind them?
Yes, definitely there is a step process for them to talk to customers. These girls are well seasoned in that. They've done it for some of them up to 8 years, talking with customers. So the more years they do it, the easier they're able to talk to people that they don't know. And sometimes they get turned down, and that's a good part of the business too, is they learn to cope with that as well.
Well, we have here some cookies, and we want to be sure that we get those highlighted for you. And we have some special additional new flavors, varieties this year that you want to show up. So why don't we start over here with Macy, and tell about your cookie there, your new cookie that you have.
Okay, so these cookies are called Thanks a Lot, and they're a shortbread cookie that has fudge on the bottom, and it says thank you a lot in about 5 different languages.
Wow.
On the cookies.
Thanks a lot. It's written on the cookie in 5 different languages?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, that's interesting.
Thank you.
So, okay, so when you order those cookies, you say we're from America and we speak English. So they say thank you. So on a scale of yum, wow, and I like them, what would you give that one? Have you tried it yet?
I would say I like them.
Okay, good. All righty. And how about you, Emily?
This is, along with the Thanks a Lot, these are called lemonades, and they're kind of like the Thanks a Lot, but instead of fudge, it's actually like a lemon icing type thing. Both of these have been in the ABC Baker, which we had just switched over. That's why these may have different names. These have been in the ABC for a very long time, and so I really like these.
Okay, so you'd give those a thumbs up.
Yeah.
Great. Okay, how about you, Kayla? What brand or flavor are you holding up there?
I have the cranberry.
Hold it up real high.
I have the cranberry citrus crisps. They're really good. They have like cranberry pieces in them, and yeah, they have cranberries in them. It tastes good.
All right, and would you give them a thumbs up?
Yes.
Okay, let's see. It's a true thing. Okay.
2 thumbs up.
So we have a like and 2 thumbs up, and then as you'll see here on the table, we have some other varieties, and those have been here year after year, correct?
Yes.
So they've been old standards, so to speak.
We
Now,
have a gluten cookie too.
the what?
Gluten cookie.
Oh, I'm sorry, the gluten cookie. You want to tell about that?
It's a gluten-free cookie, really.
Okay, and have you tried them?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so.
But other people who have tried them really like them, so.
Okay, so we have 2 thumbs up, and I like, and to be determined. So that's great, and we thank you for sharing all about the cookies. Now, once we work hard and we get all this money together, we have proceeds, and where are the proceeds going to this year?
Well, these girls are saving for their trip in 2018 to the Galapagos Islands.
Wow.
So it's about $4,000 a girl, so it's a lot of cookies to get there.
Wow, and why did you choose the Galapagos Islands, I'm curious?
It was part of a book that we kind of looked through, and we kind of determined that was going to be our first big trip.
Wow, are you excited about that? Wow, I would be, that's for sure. And how much is each a box this year? What is the pricing?
These cookies are all $4, and then the gluten-free cookie is $5.
Okay. And where can I go to buy cookies this year?
You can go to your local Girl Scout, or you can go to one of our booth locations.
Okay, that's great. And for all of us out there that can't get to the location or whatever, is there someone they can contact, or?
Yeah, they can contact me, and I could send out one of these lovely girls to your home.
Okay, great. All right, that would be wonderful. So, what is the first thing you do now when you go today and you've got the cookies? How do you get your cookies? Where do you go to get them? Did they just come to your house, or?
No, basically, my mom is the cookie manager, and so we have all of the cookies for Owatonna in our garage. And so basically, you have to come over to our house to get like your cookies. Like the troop leader goes to the house to get the troop cookies, and then the troop leader distributes out the cookies to each individual girl.
So big job. Well, we hope you have success in your campaign and your proceeds. And again, we'll just go over, how much are the cookies?
$4 unless they're gluten-free.
And then they're $5? Okay,
Yes.
and the proceeds are going to the Galapagos Islands. So if you see these beautiful girls from 40956 coming to sell cookies, and you may want to try some of the new varieties. So we've been so glad to have you with us today, and Beth, and for all you do with the Girl Scouts. If you could say one thing about Girl Scouts, what would you say that you like the best, or somebody who's thinking about coming on to Girl Scouts? Where would they go join, or would they come see you, or bring a friend, or how would that work?
They could definitely just go onto the Girl Scouts website, and there's a Join Now button, and then they can click a troop right there, and that person will contact them.
Okay. So if you'd like to be a Girl Scout, go to the website and then have a cookie. Good luck with the sale, girls. We're going to be right back after a short word with our sponsors. Please stay with us.
Hi, Warren Abraham, Abraham Consulting Technologies, your one-stop technology shop. We support the Owatonna Today Show.
Owatonna Public Utilities, real people, real reliable, real progress.
Making life a little easier day after day. Taking pride in our community, listening to what you say. A voice you can talk to. We're growing with you. With you in mind in everything we do.
Owatonna Public Utilities.
Welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection. I have some community announcements I'm going to share with you at this time. Steele County Safety Council will meet on Wednesday, February 10th, 2016, and their motto is Drugs We Take and How It Affects Us at Work and Home. This will take place on Wednesday, February 10th. The cost will be $8 for a lunch if you decide to have one, and the place is the Eagles Club, 141 East Rose Street, Owatonna, Minnesota. Come and enjoy an evening of fun, adult Valentine dinner at Little Missile Church, Saturday, February 13th. Social hour at 5:50 p.m. and dinners at 6:30 p.m. They're going to be serving a Windsor chop dinner, and there will be door prizes, entertainment, and fun. All adult singles and couples are welcome. Tickets are $20 and must be purchased by Sunday, February 7th. No tickets will be available at the door, and tickets available at Holman Insurance Agency in Bloomington Prairie and Sacred Heart Church, Owatonna, during office hours. Ann Peterson, Museum Director of the Minnesota State Public School Orphanage Museum, will be speaking at the Steele County History Center on Thursday, February 18th at 7 p.m. The subject will be stories from the state school, desertion, indenture, and murder. Admission to the lecture is free for Steele County Historical Society members and $2 for non-members. And Little Theater of Owatonna announces its winter play, Harvey. Production dates are the February 19th, 20th, 25th, 26th, 27th at 7:30 p.m. and February 21st at 2 p.m. And show tickets are available at the Little Theater box office. Well, that's all we have for you today. We hope you'll join us on Wednesday when we'll be talking with Dave Beaver out at the Owatonna Airport, and then we're going to head down to the Owatonna People's Press and visit with Julie Frazier, the new publisher there. So have a good day, and we'll see you tomorrow, or we'll see you on Wednesday. Thank you.